Hey, what's going on? Well, that looks weird. Maybe this. Here. Let's do this. What's going on, people? This is the background for uneducated economists. Uneducated economist. But that's not me. This is just his background. Well, it's like the equivalent. But I'm here to talk to you guys today about getting your oil changed. It's probably important to do that. I ought to get this oil changed. It looks like it hasn't been changed in like 30,000 miles. West Service Date 2022. Dude, this is not put new oil in this. Anyways. Oh, it's lights on. But, headliner's not doing bad. But, other than that, what have I got to say? Not sure. Not sure what I've got to say. But you ever just, stand in the, sit in your car, but don't go in? You know what I mean? Because sometimes you need some time alone. Sometimes you just need some time in your car. And if you don't have a car, nature. But I do feel kind of nice in this car. We'll see if that light turns off. But, today we're going to be talking about something. Talking about other people and how other people will blame you beyond the point of the blame being valid. So there's a point in which, let's say, you can be blamed for a certain thing, and that line gets to the point. That gets to point to a line, and then everything after that is essentially that person's own internal problem. And to externalize that locus of control past that line to blame someone else for a problem is not good. Not that it's not good, it's just, it's not. You can only blame someone to a certain extent until you have to blame yourself. Or you just don't blame anybody and not blame yourself, but realize that you have agency. You have agency in your own life to do anything that you want. And that's like some level of no external locus of control. If you blame everyone else for this and that, why this situation, that situation, whatever. It's not a question of whether or not who's to blame. It's a question of not where did you yourself go wrong. And now when you deal with things like betrayal and very deep type of betrayal, or it's kind of hard to trust yourself after that. Like, trust your, how do you call it, your discernment. And that's a story for a different video. But don't blame others past the point of it being your actual decisions. Because there is some level of, you can't control it. There's some level of, there are things you can control and there are things you can't control. And you shouldn't place blame on something that you can control. That's exactly what I'm saying. And let's say you do make a decision. Anything after that decision is you have to face the consequences for whatever decision it is that you made. And if you made that decision, you can't blame someone else for you making that decision after you've made the decision already. So there's you can't go back and say, you made me make this decision, I blame you, and then be resentful the whole time. And say, I blame X, Y, and Z for X, Y, and Z. It's just not an appropriate sort of modus operandi, if you will. And there are certain things that do occur where it is, hey, totally this dude is to blame. Like, totally, like, there's, let's say you put your trust on a guy or something. Let's see. And they don't come through, that maybe it is them to blame. But then there is also your discernment of making that decision, where that comes into question whether or not, hey, are you responsible for that? Because you're the one that made the decision. So there is definitely a line in which you can place the blame on other people, but it's kind of silly to do, because there is some level of, hey, you yourself have an internal locus of control. And it's getting hot in here, so I am going to turn the video off because it's too hot. But I'll catch you guys on the next one.